people there. Like, I couldn't believe it. So I'm gonna just leave the picture up so you guys can see it. And why am I doing this? People say, why? I'm not hating on the zone. No, no, no. I have to bring light to the lies that Eddie Hearn tell to substantiate my claim. See, when I insert my opinion, you guys can dispute that and refute that and rebuttal it, right? Which is fine. And we go back and forth, we go back and forth, right? But when I have actual evidences that show you that they're doing a terrible job, they're in small markets, and I'm going to do a video to break that down as well. But just to give you guys some insight.
This weekend's hold on to me. Damn it, I have this stuff for a reason. This weekend's World Boxing Super Series tournament was promoted by the Solons. I can't say it. It's Sauerla. I'll show you. The World Boxing Super Series is an annual tournament, a very, very big tournament, by the way, that showcases this year the 118-pound and the 140-pound divisions. Both of those divisions, the winner will come out with multiple titles. In regards to, let's go look at it. I'm T-Street Controversy. This is T-Street Controversy Live with FightView360.com. Man, I don't even know where to start with this shit. I don't even know where to start. This video's been brewing for like quite some time. Let me go to the rankings here. Yeah, the winner of the World Boxing Super Series at 140, Regis Prograis, who advanced, Kirill Lock, Iron Baranchet, I got to update this, is now the IBF champion, is going to come out with 3 titles. Depending on how you look at Regis Prograis' title, but nonetheless, the winner of the World Boxing Super Series will be the mandatory for Jose Ramirez's title. 3 titles. At 118 pounds, you have 3 belts. Burnett's IBF title that's on the line this week against Nonito Donaire. I'm going to be covering that fight. This weekend's World Boxing Super Series, by the way, I said in my pre-fight videos that my Ivan Barancek versus Anthony Can You Dig It Yidget video was blocked in the United States. Long story, but that's how the copyright agreement works. Is like if they block a certain video of mine in certain territories, then I got to let it ride because they let me use certain shit. So it's like it's a little too complex to explain. But long story short, I got to make a run. It's 7:27 a.m. Eastern Standard Time right now. I got the Danny Jacobs card out the way. I was at that card, which is the reason why I didn't cover the World Boxing Super Series card live after like I usually do. I cover every single World Boxing Super Series card. So I got to go run into the city, and then after, I'm going to watch the card. So I know the results, but I've seen no highlights of Regis Prograis versus Terry Flanagan, even though I know he won. And I haven't seen any highlights of Iron Barancek versus Anthony Yidja, only the picture of his eye. But that's not what this video is about, right? I got a funny story. Okay, let's start here. This guy, from my understanding, is a close friend of this cyber stalker I used to have. I know he's still around. But long story short, when you produce content like this, right, and you have 25,000 subscribers, right? Right? Now, we all make mistakes. Sometimes you may see some news come out, you may jump the gun and all kind of shit like that. But you always have to do a video to correct yourself. Eddie Hearn is not the promoter. They're colleagues because they're on the same network or the same application. But he is not the promoter of the World Boxing Super Series. Yes, Colin Smith, his fighter.
He is going to get.
My bad. Yes, Colin Smith, his fighter. That's not Colin Smith. That's Anthony Yiggett. was in the World Boxing Super Series and won the World Boxing Super Series 168-pound tournament, but he is not the promoter. So when you got these people right here, and I'm as I'm talking about it, I'm getting a little fired up. I'm not even gonna lie. This guy is supposed to be a representative of the LDBC. Now me, I'm not in the LDBC, but I might as well motherfucking be, right? Because every time, not every time, okay, you know, that's, but when people come to my channel, new people, they see me, black guy with a hat, talking about boxing. And don't get me wrong, I'm going to tell you right here, right now, I've always been an Eddie Hearn supporter. Before you guys even started watching or sniffing his fights, I'm talking about back in 2012. I'm like, yo, this motherfucking guy's going to go far. But however, he did handle that Wilder versus Joshua shit the wrong way. You know why? Because I never thought or felt that he wanted Wilder versus Joshua as the first fight to launch the Zone application, the Zone app. You know, he wanted a more winnable fight. Anthony Joshua was the biggest bargaining chip for Matchroom to get that deal. But nonetheless, I think he's a cool dude, especially what he did for UK boxing. He's revolutionized it into this social media era. But he is a motherfucking jive talker. He will, if you don't know the politics and how that shit works, I do though. I do. I know the WBC. I know the WBO. I know the IBF and the WBA rules. I know the weigh-in rules, the second day weigh-in rules. I know, 250,000 or so to enter purse bids. I know all that shit, so he can't jive talk me. I've never had a real, chance to really interview him because what happened is I think that he sees like a black dude and he think, oh shit, LDBC, so let me motherfucking get my shit right. Nah, Eddie, we can talk. But in regard to this, listen, I'm going to tell you some real shit though. 78 Sports TV will never, ever, ever, ever get a bad word from me. You know why? Because I like his shit. Every now and then I do listen in. Like once a month or so, I may skim in for about 15, 20 minutes while I'm doing some shit in the background. I see that he'll pop up live and I'm like, oh shit, let me go listen in. Dante's Boxing Nation. I know his business model though. So truth be told, I've learned his business model from some inside sources. So truth be told, he cool. But in regards to the other LDBC motherfuckers, I'm gonna let you know, real rap, I don't know who none of them motherfuckers is. Truth be told, Blood Boxing though, I popped in on his show yesterday. But outside of that, like the reason why they get motherfucking a bad rap and they don't have no credibility is because motherfuckers like this. Oh, and don't get it twisted. I'm going to chew into pause. No homo. I'm going to chew into the World Boxing Super Series about this shit right here. And it's like, what the fuck? How did y'all fuck this up? If this is true, I don't know. But I'm not, but see, I'm truth be told, I think it might be. But I haven't seen anything on Twitter or anything like, like mass uproar, like, it was only a little bit of people at the event. But we're going to talk about that in my video later on, especially since I got to do big fight week videos on Burnett versus Donaire. And what's the other one? Hold on. Let's go look right here. Hold on 1 minute. It's Ryan Burnett versus Donaire this Saturday in Gloucester. That's going to sell. That's going to sell. And what's the other one? It's got to be in. Is it a cruiserweight one this week? No. Josh Taylor versus Ryan Martin. This is a big card. All right, I'm hyped for that. But let's go back to what I was talking about. How long have we been live? It's a funny story about this guy. Let me tell you. It was, I believe it was, I don't know what fight it was. I want to say it was Mikey Garcia versus Adrian Broner. Final press conference. I want to say it was Mikey Garcia versus Adrian Broner final press conference in the Dream Hotel in downtown Manhattan. So this was around the time I was pretty fuming because the he whose name who shall not be spoken, the man stalker I was talking about, was really on some weirdo shit, like motherfucking like trying to look up my address and motherfucking texting me like on some weirdo shit. So at this point in time, I tell him like, listen, so anybody who's associated with you, I'm pissed at this point in time where I'm like, you know what, fuck everything. So I'm like, anybody who's associated with you, if I see them, then we beefing just like, you know, I'm beefing with you because they homies with you. So long story short, I'm at the press conference. I'm setting up all my equipment. So you know how like you'll be watching the live stream and you'll see like of a Showtime press conference and you'll see like how the cameras are directly focused in on the shit, you know, getting a good shot. So I'm back in the back of the room setting up my shit. It's me back there, and I would say Dante is probably like from Dante's Boxing Nation. It's probably like like another motherfucking probably like 5 feet in back of me. So obviously, when I go to these events, the same motherfucker you see right here on these videos, I'm the same person at these events. However, I be in the cut, low key. I'm not with all that taking pictures and shit with the boxers. I'm there to what? That shit's a job. It's work. You know, even though, you know, I'm financially secure, that's work. I'm going there with the same, you know, as when I used to be a bartender, as when I used to be a companion, like the same type of work ethic. I'm there to work. I'm not there to fucking pussy around and all that shit, taking pictures, being a motherfucking fan. I'm there to work, ask questions, you know, make some headlines at the post-fight press conference. So, obviously, I've talked shit about him in the past. So I go to these events knowing that, well, Tstreet, one day somebody go and test you and see if that shit real that you be talking about. You're just going to have to fuck somebody up. Or I might get fucked up. That's life, right? But one thing for sure is you may not like me, but you're going to respect me. So I would be naive to think I'll be going somewhere and thinking somebody not going to try to test me. That's just stupid. That's idiotic. I've been through way too much shit in life, you know. But moving on. So the barbershop's conversation guy walks past like I'm in the front, my back is turned. But see, me, I always know what's going on in my peripherals. I've always known what's going on. So that's why you'll catch me sometimes when I'm out in public, always looking around and shit. I'm always paranoid. So he walks up, kind of tries to whisper to Dante, like, yo, that's Tstreet right there. And then he fucking cowers off. Like, kind of like he was trying to tell. Like, and I'm like, this bitch, motherfucker. So fast forward some months later. When was this? See, I think I have my timeline confused. I see him again. Who did Porter fight on the Wilder versus Taverne 2 undercard? Damn. Well, I see him again, and I'm like this, yo, let's talk for a little minute. And I tap him kind of on the shoulder, like, yo, let's talk for a little minute. And he like, oh yeah, and he gets the fuck out of there. Now, obviously, I'm not trying to motherfucking be getting in motherfucking fights and all that shit, but I just want to make sure people cool. It's like, listen, I don't be having no problem with you. But you don't want no problems with me. But overall, when it comes to this boxing shit, I take this shit really, really, really seriously. So truth be told, if Adrian Broner do some dumb shit like people are known to do, pop on YouTube, do a video, I'm going to do a video. If Anthony Joshua, some breaking news comes out, all the way motherfucking down, if motherfucking Carl Frampton and Josh Warrington, if some news comes out, I'm going to do a video so this shit is newsworthy, since a motherfucker who got 25,000 subscribers don't know who's promoting these fights, yet he gets into events. He brought this video. He brought this on himself. At me all you want. What you gonna say? I'm clout chasing? How the fuck don't you know who the promoter is? You know why? Because these people who you look at, these false boxing idols, they don't be watching fucking boxing. I'm telling you. They only watch the fights that'll guarantee them motherfucking Patreon. I'm telling you. Like I'll support you if you're Patreon or some shit like, yo, they giving us some motherfucking exclusive like the Boxing Voice. They shit is completely like they Patreon is legit as fuck. That's what it's supposed to be for. You see what I'm saying? But then when you want to be putting out motherfucking false ass shit, and then we already know how a lot of black people are, I can talk about it. So I already know. Listen, I've been through the shit with motherfuckers like this motherfucker's a coon and all this shit. I didn't have motherfucking nut ass motherfucking gun cases. I wish I never did that dumbass shit or been involved in dumbass shit like that in my lifetime. Fucking nut ass fucking drug and shit. Fucking state fucking jail. Fucking traffic tickets and shit. I've been through the worst of the worst of the worst of fucking black people hell. But excuse me, the point I'm trying to make is this. Ain't no coon over here. I just don't like when people try to take the easy route to get ahead. He knows what he's doing. He ain't motherfucking stupid. That's the narrative, though. It's like, look, the zone is failing. They not failing. Like, I look at it like this. If you don't support, and I understand, it's this motherfucking stupid-ass fucking narrative going on around. These dumb motherfuckers talking about some Eddie Hearn is paying you behind the scenes. What the fuck? Where the fuck do you get this motherfucking shit from? I told you from day one when I first started covering boxing on YouTube, support the fucking sport. If any motherfucking channel was putting out consistent boxing content and trying to fucking make the sport grow, I'm going to fucking buy that shit. Easy fucking work. I don't know. I just had to get some things off my chest. The LDBC is not all bad. However, their narratives is fucked up. And the problem is they're strong in numbers. It's a lot of them motherfuckers. So it's like it's literally like a cult where false information is being spread to the masses in like religious type way. It's weird. It's weird. I don't get it. And I'll be looking like, is this what these motherfuckers are watching? Thank God I'm black because I can call out this fucking coon shit. Who's the coon now? Get y'all shit together, man. Y'all wonder why we can't get ahead. This is fake news. Epic fail. Eddie Hearn, another failed event. 450 people at his Prograis versus Flint. Let's go read some of the comments. Looks like we're going to get Joshua versus Pulev in April. Eddie Hearn is definitely not going to like that. He ain't been talking about it. I was trying to get to him to get that question. He ain't going to be liking that. But I'm Tstreet Controversy. This is Tstreet Controversy Live. Please subscribe.